नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थे न कृते नेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थ व्यपाश्रयः. Hello friends, this is the 18th shlok of the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and today we will understand this shlok in detail. So let's first go over its meaning. So the shlok says, Neva tasya kritena which means for him neither action means anything, na krite neha kashchan, which means nor does inaction. Na chasya sarva bhuteshu, which means nor does it have any meaning in all the creation, kashchidartha vyapashrayah, which means any meaning to take shelter. So Shri Krishna is describing about the person who is satisfied in the self. So he talked about him in the previous shlok, and he is now speaking about him in this shlok also. And he is saying that a person who is satisfied in the self and who is enjoying the self, for him there is no meaning for action or inaction, and in this entire creation he does not take shelter in any object. So the idea that has been talked about over here is a continuation of what we discussed in the previous shlok. So in the previous shlok we saw that a person who is self-satisfied, who is enjoying the self, he has attained what has to be attained, and therefore he does not really have to act. Now in this shlok, what Shri Krishna is saying is that that person actually has no meaning in terms of acting or in terms of not acting, and he does not seek any shelter in any external object, you can say. Now the fact is a little difficult for you to really understand, because there are some inherent contradictions that you might feel over here. So I think I have to explain this to you very carefully. So as we discussed in the previous shlok, we are all engaged in some sort of an activity while we are living, and as was mentioned, we engage in this activity because we want to get rid of the emptiness that is present inside us. Our very nature actually is emptiness, and we are scared of this because when we realize this, then we realize that our ego is false, and this basically scares us. And so to bring our ego back, we engage in some sort of an activity, and that way we keep us engaged in this world and we remain unaware of this emptiness. So basically this emptiness is something which is bringing our ego. Now in this regard you might say, okay, yeah, I mean, I agree with you that we kill time by engaging in activities such as watching TV or spending time on social media, and so we are basically removing our emptiness by that way. So in this situation you might agree with what I am saying over here, but the thing is that this idea that we are killing our emptiness does not really apply to this thing. It also applies to all the creative activities that we are carrying out also. So for example, when we are doing our own professional things, or when we are trying to raise our family, or when we are trying to do some other community work, on those things also basically we are killing the time. So this is the idea that many of you might find a little difficult to digest, because we generally do not think of it like this. We think of these activities as meaningful activities, but at the end of the day, if you were to really understand that our ego is basically empty and it's not there, then you have to see that all these activities that we are performing are also meaningless to that extent. Now I'm not really saying that you should not perform these activities, but you have to have the right attitude towards performing these activities. The people who are wise, they also do all these things, they also perform all these activities, but they do it because they have to do it so that this universe keeps running. When you perform these activities to become something or to have something, then basically you are wasting your time over here. So that is something that you have to understand, that the activities, all the activities that we are performing, they are basically activities which should be related to the yajna that this divinity is carrying out, and not for some achievement of our own. Unfortunately, most of the people, they act because they want to achieve something or they want to have something, and that is where they run into problem. I mean, there are so many examples. So in our daily life also, you can see when a player is playing a game, he is playing that game because he finds that activity something through which he can kill his time. There are people who are religious, they carry out religious rituals, and the reason why they do these religious rituals is because they think that by performing these religious rituals they will be able to kill the time. There are people who perform nationalistic activities, and they perform these nationalistic activities because these are the activities through which they can kill their time. All these activities actually are external to the person. The wise person realizes this, and he does not really find any shelter in these kind of activities. These activities, such as playing, performing religious activities, or doing some nationalistic work, those are all some sort of a pole on which you can anchor yourself, and then you can spend your life on that. So this is how you are looking for shelter in the things which are outside you. Wise realize this, and they do not really seek shelter in these things. They seek shelter only in the self. They are satisfied in the self, and they don't really need anything external to really exist or to pass their time, basically. So the difference between these two is very, very subtle. I'm not really saying that you do not have to carry out these activities, but the thing is that you have to have the right point of view. So you can understand it from the nationalistic point of view, for example. So a nationalist works out a lot of things for his nation. Now, these activities that he is performing, is he performing it because he realizes that the nation is his nation is acting in a way which is going to lead to the welfare of this whole universe, or is he acting for the nation because he identifies with the nation and he wants his nation to be the great nation, so that then he can be proud of that fact that he's the citizen of such a nation, and so he can then feel proud. So between these two motivations, most of the people are motivated to perform nationalistic activities because they want to feel proud that they are citizen of a great nation. They do not carry out these activities because they want to support a nation which is the one which is creating the most amount of welfare in this world. So the wise people, they do not seek this identification in the nation, although they will also act for their nation if they realize that their nation is something which is good for the entire humanity, entire creation, all the things. If it is good for that, then yeah, of course they will act for their nation. But if they realize that their nation is against these things, then he will try to work towards putting his nation back on the right track of being the welfare in this universe. So that is basically the difference, that one person is carrying out because he wants to feel proud of the nation that he belongs to, and so he will blindly follow his nation, while the other one is still acting for his nation, but he is also critical. He is always evaluating his nation. So the wise people, that's why, do not really seek shelter in anything external. They do not blindly go after a thing and say, okay, this is what I want, this is what I will do, this is where I will put my own interest in. So they do not do that, is what Shri Krishna is telling over here. So basically the idea is that for a person who is satisfied in the self, his actions do not have any meaning, his inactions also do not have any meaning, and he does not really seek shelter in anything external. He is satisfied in the self, and he only becomes an agent which is fulfilling the yajna that is going on in this creation by the God himself. So I hope that I have explained this shlok well to you. With that, I will close this video. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.